on, Mother. I'll get you into the chair. Oh, there you go, Mother. There. We all go a bit crazy sometimes.
Hey, piss off, you gormless twat, you.
Hi everyone! Today I'm going to review Psycho, the 1960 version, the original version, not the crappy remake, the first one.
I think all like bloody Norman Bates getting out to bloody review horror films all the bloody time.
It was Alfred Hitchcock's most famous film. It's based on a novel that came out in 1959, a year previously. It's like most Hitchcock films, these films are based on books, novelisations. So that's why his films are jam-packed full of plot. And he's my favourite director. I love his films, and this is one of... I put this Psycho in his top 10. It's amazing the film only cost $806,000, although it was 1960. Really low budget film, but it made quite a fortune actually. It made 50 million at the box office, and for 1960 that's amazing. It only runs 109 minutes, so it's nice and short as well. Hitchcock produced and directed it. It was his last film made in black and white as well. I bet people were surprised he went back to black and white after the success of North by Northwest. That was like a big lavish production. He went back to black and white again. It's surprising it got 4 Academy Award nominations, and one of them nominations was for Best Director, Alfred Hitchcock. Fortunately he didn't win any of them. It spawned 3 sequels, a remake that was rubbish, a TV spin-off show, and a prequel TV show. But the only one of them that's good's Psycho 2. That's a really good film actually. It's underrated, that one. Right, back to Psycho. The music in it's excellent. Bernard Herrmann's score for it, it's chilling. Straight away from the start you get straight involved into it, from the titles that sort of like run across the screen, so you don't know which direction the words are coming from. That makes you uneasy. So, like, you can get attacked from any direction. Straight away you get into Janet Leigh's character, Marion. She steals this money from where she works at. And there's a great scene where she's in the car, driving, and you can hear her voiceover, like her thoughts about getting stressed out about pinching the money and stuff. It's an excellent scene, that, how it's shot. Then she meets, she like sleeps the night inside a car, and this scary cop wakes her up with dark specs. It looks like a bloody psycho. That unnerves her, so she tries to sell a car at this garage. And a terrible guy who sells cars. Eventually she sells it and takes off in a hurry. And the awful weather, that's well directed, seeing all the rain splashing against the windshield of the car. Anyway, she drives into Bates Motel, and that's when you first meet Norman Bates. Anthony Perkins is excellent as Norman Bates. It's the reason why he's so good is because he looks so normal at first. You think it's just like this good-looking young shy lad who's a bit nervous around women, but actually when the character starts talking to him, Janet Leigh's character, she mentions about his mother, and he like changes. You can tell that he has like a split personality, so you know straight away there's something wrong with the bugger. It's surprisingly subtle though, his performance, like when you think of psychopaths, it's all like foaming at the mouth and starry-eyed and all that. But because he's like normal-ish, it makes it all the more scarier, I think. Like anyone could be like psycho like Norman. And she eventually has the famous shower scene. Norman's peeking through a little peek hole. It's an excellent scene. You can tell Hitchcock storyboarded this film like he does all his other ones, but it's particularly noticeable in this film. He's this is probably maybe his best directed film, and that's saying something. But the shower scenes, perfect. One of the scariest things about the shower scenes, the moment where you see Norman dressed as his mother, you can see just through the shower like blind that you can see him coming into the bathroom, because you're just about to see through it, and you see like a shadow. That's really effective. And then obviously the stabbing, you don't see that much blood, just like a little bit between her legs, but you hear like sound effects of like the knife entering the body. So it's very much to do with the audience's imagination, how gory they can like imagine the scene. It must have blown audiences away in 1960, because they're not seeing anything like this. Also, I find the scene after the death, where she's lying on the floor, and you see a great direction moment where it focuses on like the bath plug hole, and then it fades into her like staring eyes, dead. It's really unnerving, that. And I was surprised that you do see quite a bit of blood, because when Norman's cleaning up afterwards, he's using a mop on the bath and that, and there is quite a bit of blood he mops up. Hitchcock considered filming the shower scene in colour. Wow, I wish he'd have done it actually. That would have really shocked folk, that, because it's scary enough in black and white, but if you'd have seen it in colour.
I'm not going to have a bloody shower anymore.
And it's clever how he puts the shower scene, so I think it's almost midway through the film, a little bit before midway, maybe a third. And after the shower scene, although there's not many, there's only like one more murder in the film, but it unnerves you, and you feel like danger for the people, because you know what it's like when someone gets killed. You're expecting more scenes like that, but you don't really get it, but you're still unnerved, because there's great atmosphere throughout the film. Strange he killed off the leading lady halfway through the film as well. A lot of films have imitated that. Hitchcock always considered this to be like a comedy. I don't know about that, but there is one or two funny scenes. I do laugh when Norman's talking about stuffing birds. you think of something else when he says that. There's a great scene where he's getting rid of the body, and he wraps it up and puts it in the car, tries to shove the car, like drive the car into this like lake thing, and he watches it sink, but it doesn't quite sink to start with. Then it eventually does, but he's really stressed out. It's good when there's an investigator comes to interview Norman, and he's wanting to see the book where the guests have signed in. Norman's eating, I don't know what he's eating, it looks like birdseed. He's chewing away like that, and the camera really focuses on his face while he's leaning over reading the book. You can tell he's really stressed out. It's bloody excellent acting, that. There's another good murder in the film. There's not just the shower scene, but there's when the investigator's walking up these flight of stairs, he's trying to see Norman's mother, and there's an interesting view from right up top. He's walking up the stairs, and it's like the camera's focusing on top of his head, sort of thing, from right up, like from the roof, sort of thing. And you see Norman dressed up as his mother, stabs him. He quickly comes out of a room and stabs him, and he falls down the stairs. Not only that, but Norman comes down the stairs and keeps stabbing him. So it's really, it's almost like a slasher film. So it's no wonder this is sort of like classed as the godfather of the slasher film. No, also Italian horror films, giallo films they're called. They're based from this film. They started it all off. It's creepy when Marion's sister is investigating, and she's going into the fruit cellar, and there's an excellent scene where the sight turns around and you see Norman's mother. That scared you, Bones, didn't it?
I fancied the bloody mother. She was hot as hell.
And of course, eventually Norman's dressed as his mother and he's classed as a transvestite. Gets caught and everything. And that's like basically the end of the film. The only bad thing about the films, there's about, I'm not quite sure how long it lasts, but there's a really drawn out scene near the end, a psychiatrist explaining about Norman. That he's like a transvestite, dresses up in his mother's clothing and stuff. But it goes on a bit too long and he's like repeating himself. So I wish they'd have cut that scene. That's the only bad thing about this film's that. So overall this is definitely a groundbreaking film. It's one of those that I put in a little group. I'd put films like the 31 version of Dracula, the 1957 version of The Curse of Frankenstein, this, The Exorcist, Halloween, Rosemary's Baby, one or two others. There were groundbreaking stuff and a lot of filmmakers imitated them. So these were sort of like the first of a sort of genre. This film has excellent direction from Alfred Hitchcock. Definitely I'd put in his top 10. It's not my favourite Hitchcock film though, that's between Vertigo and Rear Window, but this is really close. So what did you think, Bones? Did you like it?
They don't make them like that anymore. That bloody remake they did was bloody shit.
Everyone, bye!